Okay, so what's the most shocking example you've encountered of hidden costs that organizations didn't see coming?
So we had a very large organization that had a very tight relationship with Microsoft. So they're a large Fortune 50 customer. What happened is during the renewal period for their EA, Microsoft threw the bright shiny toy in front of them, which was Copilot for 365. Now, anyone that is familiar around licensing costs with Copilot, it doubles your 365 licensing cost. Okay, so if we take that as just an example of median, the cost to add Copilot for 365 licenses was also $30 per user per month. So just adopting that right off the bat doubles your user cost for 365. Now, what happened was large Fortune 50 customer with 100,000 employees bit on that bullet based on a 30% discount that Microsoft was going to provide them year one and year two. So they came in, they weren't ready to adopt Copilot. They didn't have strategy design in there. They were just like, we've already paid for it. We know it's coming down the line, but they were not ready for it. There was all these costs associated to that they didn't realize out of the gate when their EA renewed that they're paying for Copilot. They're paying for it. And they were at least a year and a half away from a full organizational rollout. As you're starting to adopt, what they didn't realize was it impacted their unified support costs. Because remember, unified, it's tied to your overall licensing consumption and spend. So they knew, okay, we realized, yeah, we weren't ready for Copilot. All right, year and a half before we actually deploy it. All right, what they didn't realize was year two, their unified support costs jumped 300% based on that one initiative in adoption. This customer co-termed their EA with their support and locked into a 3-year support agreement with their EA. They were stuck. So they had no out from Microsoft on the support side. So they lost millions from that play. Whereas I think from a business-driven roadmap, I think the decisions would have been different. They wouldn't have felt like it was a forced upgrade. They wouldn't have been locked into the vendor-driven roadmap. It would have given the customer flexibility to adopt incrementally. Again, going from here incrementally over to here is the right play.